You're still watching Ways. Now, the World Day to Combat Desertification and Drought is a United Nations observance celebrated each year on the 17th of June. Its purpose is to raise awareness of the presence of desertification and drought, highlighting methods of preventing desertification and recovering from drought. Now, desertification affects topsoil, groundwater reserves, surface runoffs, human, animal, and plant population. Water scarcity in drylands limits the production of wood, crops, forage, and other services that ecosystems provide to our community. The most effective method by which the desertification of the soil can be controlled is by planting more and more trees. So if you can, by all means, be part of this mission to stop desertification and plant a tree. And of course, again, let's stop cutting down trees.
I listened to a video on Instagram on planting trees. If every individual in the world, just imagine each individual decides to plant a tree, that is going to actually, heal the world or heal the earth, basically. So he said,
climate change.
Yes, climate change. So I think his name is Sadhguru or something like that, and he said that he had to, mandate everybody around him to plant trees, and that was a way to heal the environment where they were actually staying.
Come to Buharis farm, we're planting trees.
So imagine each individual in Nigeria planting trees.
Planting trees. My children planted palm trees, we've been planting.
That's good. I mean, for me, when we think about it in a local context, we have a huge flooding issue, we have a huge erosion issue. All these things can be aided by making sure we have trees. So, people cut down trees. And we don't essentially have a culture here where you cut down one, you plant one, which is what it should be. As you take a tree down, you plant another one. So we all need to find some way, or our unique way, to contribute to the environment, because we only have one. We only have Earth. We only have one planet.
We don't have more than one. So let's preserve it.
So
All right. So I'm going to start with Utsi. Let's hear your story.
Okay.
I'd love for you to take 2 stories. Actually.
Yes, I was just going to say that I'm going to take 2 stories, one in the northeast and one in the northwest. So the president, Muhammad Buhari, has gone to Maiduguri today. So landed in Maiduguri at 10 a.m. this morning to oversee or to inspect the security apparatus there in terms of Boko Haram and everything that is happening over there. And apparently he's supposed to commission some projects as well, which includes a 10,000 housing estate for to rehouse IDPs. So I'm sure by tomorrow more news will come out from there. But he was welcomed by the governor and the delegation. But I mean, that is now at least, sometimes you have to, I don't know, we take the little things, but you have to, at least the president is out and he's moving. We've seen him on the news. Little things. I know some people are rolling their eyes.
So let's do little wins.
Little wins, low-hanging fruit. But so to now move over to the northwest from the northeast. Sadly, in Kebbi, in a town called Yauri, so it says that the bandits have abducted several female students from the federal government girls' college in Yauri. So this is a unity school, and it was alleged that this afternoon that bandits broke into the school dressed in police mufti. Now this is alleged, of course, and pointed guns at the guards and asked for the girls' hostel, and they went in and they started to abduct these girls. According to the school authorities, bandits have taken several girls out of the schools, but the total number, I mean, we hear this all the time, and I get confused. You say the total number is unknown. In a school, do you not know how many students and how many, like day students and boarders? We should be able to tell. I mean, when you do a head count, you should be able to tell. But yeah, as it stands, we expect more details to come out.
Yeah, because it just broke.
It just happened this afternoon, actually.
Very, very sad.
It is. I mean,
when we were talking, crazy.
The more I try these days, a colleague of mine this morning told me that he was jogging on Freedom Way, and my reaction was like half madness.
Yes.
I said, "I'm sorry, are you a cat?" He says, what will he do? He can't live in fear. And sometimes, we all deal with things in different ways. Some people will go out and confront it. Me, I'm just like, I don't want to think about it. I just, as much as possible, just stay in my space.
Within your estate.
I'm sorry,
I can't
I mean, if possible, stay in my house. I'm that bad. Because when you think about, you hear so many stories. about this insecurity issue and how bad it's getting. I think I shared the one yesterday about the lady and the boat who was stabbed several times. I mean, it's really scary out there. We have to protect ourselves.
In all honesty, even that boat story of that lady that was assaulted by armed robbers while she was in a boat driver's car. I would, you see, nothing can go past, even that boat guy might just be part of it. Them. Do you understand? Of course, he will take one for the team, he take a stab, it's fine. You know, it might just be part of it. So now, even to enter a cab,
that's what I'm telling you, just stay in your house.
I was watching the radio this morning, still on insecurity, and somebody was she said her intern actually got into one of these vehicles that they call One Chance, and you know, they pushed her out of the vehicle, and when she was talking on the radio, she was shaking. She was sad. I could actually feel her pain. I could actually see anything that has to do with insecurity right now. Like I said, from my mental space, I just want to you know, block it out and you know, try to move ahead, because it's crazy what we listen to on a daily basis. You know.
As well.
So
guard your mind jealously.
That's your story.
Still on things that are happening in Nigeria currently, and still has to do with the role of citizens. You know, we have actually, you know, thrown caution to the wind. Those that are supposed to be protecting the children are actually the ones exposing the children to harm's way. Now, in this context, I have a story which I saw on Instagram that had to do with a grandmother, you know, selling her child or granddaughter for 1,500 naira, so that anybody that wants to sleep with the child will come and sleep with the child. Jeez. Now, the key thing is not that it's selling. The age of that child is 7 years.
I can see your comment there. Jesus should just come.
In fact, it's time. It's time. It's so painful.
I agree.
It's time. Because how can a grandmother who is supposed to protect the child...
115. So is that the value of the child?
Oh my goodness. If you see the way the little girl was expressing herself, you could see the pain.
I couldn't watch
the video. You could see the pain in that child's voice. You could hear it. You could feel the pain. And when the man who actually caught them in the act asked, how old are you? She said, 7. And the way she said the 7, you could see that her innocence was gone. Now, if you look at this, do you think that that child will ever forgive her grandmother?
Is he forgiven?
Is it? I'm just going to say
will she be
that,
you know, because of the state of mind. Her state of mind, because like I started the story, those that are supposed to protect are the ones, you know, exposing the child. So it is so bad. And when we asked where her mother was or her parents were, I think she said they were in Lagos and she was living with her grandmother.
And her parents probably kept her with the grandmother for safety, for security. They're probably sending money home to her. Like, there's too many things to think about.
The evil that men do will live with them. It is also a man who was in the form of a Calabar boy or something that decided to sleep with that girl. A matured man.
He did, or he exposed. So who now exposed them?
Another man.
Okay.
And this happened in Enugu State. So,
and you say, when we say, this is just plain evil. I couldn't watch the video, I'm sorry.
I couldn't.
I just scrolled past.
It was so much.
All right, so 7 states have provided 19 livestock grazing reserves. That's from the minister. According to him, he says 7 states have set out 19 grazing reserves for implementation of the National Livestock Transformation Plan. That's the Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development, Sambo Nanono, has said. Well, I don't know what to say about this, but I wanted to ask a question. So if the states are providing these reserves, is it going to be business for the states to generate revenue? Or are they giving it to these people based on the fact that, they are cattle rearers? Or are they treating it like it is going to be a business? That's the question I'd like to ask. So they said, I think the size of the land size is going to be about approximately 400,000 hectares.
Do we know which states these are?
The 10 states have not been revealed, you know. But he said 22 states and the Federal Capital Territory have registered for this program, and out of which 10 of them have already created their own teams, which have been trained by the federal office.
So this is more like creating ranches?
Yes.
That's what it sounds like to me.
Yes, they are creating the ranches, you know, providing the reserves, the grazing reserves. But I'm saying that how would the...
Yeah, of course, the business of it, yeah. What model will it take?
Is it, you know, what model, are they paying for the spaces and all of that? Or are they going to be giving it to them for free because they are herders? The truth is, I mean, Elsie shared a story on, I think, is it Allah, the owners of Dano Milk?
Yeah.
So Allah setting up a dairy farm.
So I'm sure by the time that structure starts to run and they start to see the money in it, I mean, they'll begin to embrace grazing, you know, because you are not only making money from the cow, you're also making money from milk and all of that.
The amount of time we've spent in recent times
on this
talking about cattle-related situations, every time I say it, my response is like that of what I assume would be a 5-year-old child. I'm sure if I ask my son, that's what he'll probably say. Like, let's just not eat beef. So if cow, nobody's eating it. All waters will be fine. So I, you know, it's a overly simplistic view, I know, but when I think about it, I'm like, really, can we not just stop eating meat?
There's turkey.
You know,
there's goat meat. There's fish.
So I don't know, but
all right. But I would like to know the modus operandi. That's all I want to ask the minister.
Have they found the Gazette? Are they still looking for the Gazette on grazing? I wasn't going to say it, but I couldn't help myself.
This way. We'll take a break. We are talking corruption. Uti will answer that question by herself. Stay with us.
We're opening the phone lines.